Hello and welcome to the Doctors Who podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we are covering Chapter 1 of Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. Chapter 1 is entitled Third, where we learn about a boy named Ender who has just had a chip removed from the back of his neck. There's an organization that's looking for someone. They think he might be it. But with the chip gone, that means this organization's no longer watching him. And that means the boys at school know he's no longer protected. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Hi, and welcome to the Doctors Who podcast. My name is Chris.
My name is Chip.
My name is Brian.
And we are covering Chapter,
not plural.
Chapter 1 of Ender's Game. We're actually doing something a little different this time.
Yeah.
I like it. I like breaking it up a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Well, we figured since the book's a little bit shorter book, we're going to go chapter by chapter instead of chunking the bunch together.
So instead of one 15 to 20 minute video, you might have two 5 to 10 minute videos.
Yeah.
So
That'd be good.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. If more people watch it and more people stick around, then that just might be the new model going forward.
Take a sip of your smoky martini.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we figured new book, new format. We try something different, and we'll see where it goes.
Yep.
Anyway, time is a-wasting, so we should get right to it. Okay, so Chapter 1. The first thing... Wait, no. We're not going to deviate from that format. Chip, why don't you tell us what you liked?
Well, the thing that I really liked isn't really just the chapter itself, but the way Card writes. So I call it an economy of words. So coming off of, Herbert and Dune and Jordan, Wheel of Time, Rothfuss, and Name of the Wind, we've got these big, flowery descriptions and, lots of words. Whereas Card is more Hemingway-ish. He's to the point. But it doesn't really take away from the characterization. So you still get a sense of who Ender is right in the first couple of paragraphs when you meet him. He's intelligent, he's sensitive, he's calculating, and he's combative to the point where if he's provoked, he will defend himself. But, all that is covered in the first chapter, which is only a handful of pages. So I really like the way Card uses words and kind of puts things out there kind of with a minimizing of the narrative. So.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off Chip's point there, I like the allure of kind of launching right into the story as well. I mean, we're already asked a whole bunch of different questions, like what is this monitor? Who's speaking at the beginning of the chapter? Why is this character important? Who is this character, and why do they call him Ender? Like, so many questions that you're faced with right off the bat that we just don't get an answer to right away. Again, it kind of lures the reader into, subsequent chapters and deeper into the book. So, as far as first chapters go, I thought this was pretty good.
I agree. I found myself, just so used to what we had been reading, whether it was Sanderson, Jordan, Herbert, Rothfuss, whatever. But I got through this first chapter and I'm like, but there aren't 20 pages describing the room he's in and the hallway that he took to get there. What does this place look like?
But you still get a sense of the desk and that he's got this computerized desk and he's but he does it with just a minimal description.
It does, yes.
Sorry, I jumped on your...
No, you're fine. It lends itself to the reader's imagination and creativity, and it really allows you to kind of make this your own in a way, because your mind can fill in the blanks. What I do find myself wondering after Chapter 1 is, what is a third?
Yeah. One of three.
And I really like the idea of, the angle that Card took with that monitor being removed, where the kids are like, oh, you're not being watched now. Because that's interesting, and it is also precisely what schoolyard bullies would do.
Absolutely.
So...
And it makes you question who's watching him. Why are they
Yes.
watching him? Just like all these hints that kind of come out, it's like there's something about him that is important. We just don't know yet.
Well, and right at the very beginning, we have like a little blurb That that
Yeah, and I mean,
between two people, and they're commenting on Ender and whether or not he's the one they're looking for, right? So,
is he the one?
right?
It kind of reminded me. I'm sorry, we keep trampling all over your thoughts, but it reminded me a little bit of Sanderson's Mistborn with Dune with the Princess Aurelian. We had those little words,
those epigraphs at the beginning of the chapter that
it's
kind of set the scene a little bit.
That's true.
It's kind of a cool device. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So now that I'm done being interrupted, those are the things that I really enjoyed.
Sorry, we'll shut up now and you can talk.
I'm just gonna talk for the next 3 minutes, and then we're gonna end the video.
It's good. I mean, the way that he builds character, but you get a sense, he's at the doctor and he's getting this monitor taken out, and he's already worrying about what's going to happen when he gets to school. And what happens when he gets to school is exactly what he was worried about. That towards the end of the day, he's heading towards the bus to go home, and these kids corner him and basically pick on him to the point where he kind of realizes he doesn't have an option other than to defend himself. And he does exactly that. But then he's got those feelings of guilt, or he's worried that did I do the right thing? Am I turning into my brother? And I think he mentions that
He does
right away.
Yeah,
and we don't know much about his brother yet, but apparently he doesn't want to be like him. So there's a lot of those little nuggets that again, in a short chapter, he does a great job of setting the stage and really introducing Ender.
And you really get a sense of his uncertainty as to his place in the world, right? And you have to wonder, because he was afraid this would happen, is that because he's seen this happen to other kids that have had monitors out, or is he perceptive enough to know that he's been targeted for some reason, and now that he's not being monitored, he's fair game?
Yeah.
My thoughts. But I think overall, I mean, the chapter leaves you curious enough, right? It's so far these are short and bite-sized enough that you can read one in 10-15 minutes, and that's still time for you to just jump right into the next one.
Yep. Which I did. But
shocks.
Yeah. But
and maybe we should head into the next one soon.
We should.
It's really tough to stop at one.
Yes. Well, we're going to keep going, and you can click this link, which is somewhere over here, to jump right into part 2 of our discussion. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, please use the like button below to give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. There is a bell notification so that when we post new content, you get notified. And, as always,
Allons-y.
how do I stop this thing?